Good morning, second English students. We will continue this lesson, defects of colonization. And so this video should be a short video, and this is nothing but extension of the previous video. That is the maladies or defects of the Indian mind. Indians themselves, there are some mistakes real mistakes from Indians' point of view, and what are the mistakes. And so this is what we studied in the previous video, and we will still further study more. Okay. In 1999, Indian president said Adi Shankaracharya's concept of monotheism was influenced by Islam's monotheism. Okay, and in Kerala in 1999, Indian president himself says makes a statement that Adi Shankaracharya's concept of monotheism was influenced by Islam's monotheism. Okay, so he says simply makes a statement that Adi Shankaracharya learned the concept of monotheism from Islam. Okay, so this is a wrong statement, and the Indian president unknowingly made this statement. It is because of the Western people, Western education. Okay, so because of the Western education only, we all of us, even the Indian president himself, make these kinds of wrong statements, and this is the intellectual bankruptcy. Okay, so this is the example of intellectual bankruptcy. BANKRUPTCY, intellectual bankruptcy. Okay, so India already had the concept of monotheism, polytheism, and all the philosophies India already had. Okay, but Indian president in 1999 unknowingly makes a statement that the concept of monotheism made by Adi Shankaracharya was influenced by Islam. So to that extent, our mind is still colonized. And Alexander, Aleksandr, he says that the mistake of West is that they measure everything from Western point of view. Okay, so what are the Europeans' mistakes? So whatever they perceive, whatever the knowledge they have, everything is made from the Western point of view. Okay, so the tragic part is that even the educated Indians themselves accept this wrong notion. Okay, so everything is understood from Western point of view. The innocent educated Indians simply have hope with secularism and democracy. Okay, of course we can have secularism and democracy, but innocent educated Indians do not, they simply ignore the fact that Europeans are still creating havoc in India. Even though we got independence, even now Europeans are creating havoc in India, havoc, a danger situation in India. Okay, so for these things, especially educated Indians should understand. Okay, and the European media still continuously they further continuously say that Indians have many superstitious beliefs. Okay, and it is only India alone has lots of superstitious beliefs. Likewise, the Western media, European media continuously project India in this way, but when they are continuously projecting in this way, none of the Indians, and especially educated Indians, none of the educated Indians do not open their mouth. Okay, they simply shut their mouth. Okay, and what they say is right. If India has lots of superstitious belief, India should recover from superstitious belief. When Europeans say that India has lots of superstitious belief, and immediately we have to react to it. And when we have superstitious belief, you also have superstitious belief in Christianity, and you also have lots of superstitious belief. Okay, so we have to point out this fact also. But educated Indians and all the Indians simply shut their mouth. So this is also wrong from Indian side. And then Aurobindo says that Sri Aurobindo says that if we praise Europeans, they will simply accept it. And if we say anything against Europeans, then they will say we are superstitious. Okay, so this is a fact that Indians should understand, and Indians should react to this situation. Okay, and many people think think the European standard, yes, we are superstitious, we don't have anything because of Europeans only, we have technology and we have a happy life. Okay, so many Indians think in this way, and many Indians proudly say that I am following Western culture. I don't follow Indian culture, and I follow Western culture. Many Indians proudly say this foolish notion, this wrong notion. And the Indians who really know these facts, they say that they foolishly also they say that we are tolerant. Whoever we say ill of India and Indians, we will forgive them. We are tolerant. And Sanatana Dharma is nothing but tolerance. We will accept whatever the ill words said by Europeans. And this is also a wrong thing. And so most all the Indians either proudly follow Western culture, and even the people who know that the Western people still they are trying to colonize our mind. And so what, we are very tolerant. That's what Hinduism, that's the philosophy of India, and we will be tolerant towards the Western people, towards Europeans. And this is also a wrong thing. And Ram Swarup, R-A-M, Ram Swarup, S-W-A-R-U-P, and he says that people actually proud to follow Western culture and say ill of India and Hindus. Okay, and this is said by Ram Swarup. So many people are proud to follow Western culture, and they are proud to say ill of India and the Hindus. Hindu is wrong religion, Hindu is foolish religion, India is worst country. There are many injustices, and I don't like the country India. Indians themselves say these things. Okay. So, and they are actually, many Indians are proud to say this. Okay, and these foolish people say, these people forget the fact that, the ancestors, the Indians, India is foolish, but with the foolish ancestors, Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, and with these superstitious, the people who are following superstitious belief and foolish people, and with their effort only India got independence, and they are leading a good life. Okay, and they have failed to understand this fact. Okay, so Ram Swarup says that many people are proud to follow Western culture, and Indians are foolish and they follow superstitious belief. But with those foolish and superstitious belief only, India got independence, and now they are leading good life. So we must, all of us must understand these facts. And then what Sri Aurobindo says again, author quotes Sri Aurobindo. So India's mold is broken. India should reawake its intellectuality. Okay. So India should India's mold. Okay, MOULD. Mold. I mean the statue or a pot and a doll. It is made. I mean jewelry are made after preparing mold. And if you put the clay or the liquid form of gold, then only the jewelry and the doll and the statue, everything is made. Okay, so India, he compares India's intellectuality with mold, and India's mold is broken now. Okay, and now we have to make it proper. We have to make it proper. So India should reawake its intellectuality. Okay, already we have intellectuality, and we have to reawake its intellectuality. Okay, so and then Swami Vivekananda. Okay, what Swami Vivekananda says, India should question its question Western people and reawake its glory. Okay, India should question the Europeans, and India should reawake its glory. Okay, that's it. Let me stop here. But the previous video is the important one, and most importantly, in the previous video, India's philosophy is complex and complicated. Therefore, it is difficult for us to follow, and naturally Europeans also find it difficult to follow. Okay, and those kinds of difficult and complex philosophy was discovered and made by Europeans only in the recent days. But before 5,000, 10,000 years ago itself, we Indians prepared this philosophy. Okay. So it is our responsibility to glorify India. And then in this video, other thinkers, what they say about the effects of colonization, and that's what we studied. And in the next video, we will wind up the lesson. By this week, we will wind up the lesson, the effects of colonization. Okay. Again, let me personally say, we have to respect, I personally say to you, we have to respect India, Indian culture and Indian intellectuality. And let's say, we must learn English language, and don't feel proud to communicate in English language. Okay, always be proud to communicate in your own mother tongue. Okay, so be proud to say this is my mother tongue. Okay, and never feel proud to communicate in English language, and never feel proud to glorify Europeans. Okay, it is our responsibility to glorify India. Okay, and that is the main theme of this lesson. Not only this particular lesson, the paper post-colonial literature, the whole paper itself, all the lessons say this message alone. Okay, so still all the Europeans are trying to they are trying to enslave our mind. Okay, see, in purple hibiscus, the character Papa, and he is completely enslaved to Western culture, and because of that he is torturing his own family. And what is how the torture the family suffers because of a colonized mind's father. He is completely enslaved to Western culture, Western religion, and because of that he tortures his own family. And the lesson photograph of me, the poem photograph of me, it is also nothing but we lost our own identity, and we have to get back our identity. Okay, so okay, that's the thing I want to say. And Saturday we will wind up this lesson. Thanks.